Hey there, Heather Ho there. Jeff Carter Diamond. Welcome you to the open era tour. They said the guys from 1945 to 1968. After World War II and before the open era in 1968, they changed everything. So you see some tennis players now. Of course, for me, it's hard because I don't know too many. I know very few of these players. I know some. Don't get me wrong. Anyway, so Rod Laver, the one seed, will face either Pancho Segura or Patti. And Patti with the big upset over Pancho. Is it Pancho Segura? Yeah. Budge Patti. I know Don Budge was a great tennis player, but Budge Patti. That kind of is a weird name. Don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole or an 8-foot Croat. Regardless of that, so it's Patti versus Laver. Number 14, Yaroslav Drobny will face off against Mulligan of Australia, who beat Kuhnke of Germany in straight sets. Number 11 seed McGregor will face off against McKinley from the US, beat Bradley 6-2, 6-3. The 5 seed Jack Kramer, the guy who, I'll talk about more about the season of that. Jack Kramer, he will face Gulyas from Hungary, who beat Cooper 7-5, 6-2. The 3 seed Ken Rosewall, he will face Richardson of the US, not Bartson, 6-2, 4-6, 6-3. Holmberg, the 15 seed, will face off against the Hungarian Asbach, who beat the South African Sturgis 6-love, 6-3. Horde number 10 will take on Savit, who beat Sorolla in straight sets. Number 6, Santana will take on Talbert. Is it Brian Talbert? Billy Talbert, okay. Who beat Fraser of Australia in 3 sets. Number 2 seed Pancho Gonzalez, the Suave Pancho Gonzalez, who will face Nielsen from Denmark. He beat Fox of the US in 3 sets. The 16 seed Pete Angie from Italy will take on Sangster, who beat Bernard in 3 sets. The 9 seed Sedgman will take on the Swede Davidson. Doesn't sound Swedish unless you put an S on it. Sven Davidson. Davidson, that's the English spelling. He beats Maria of Argentina. The 8 seed Roche of Australia will take on Schmidt of Sweden, who beat Petra. Sounds like a woman's name. The 4 seed Roy Emerson will take on fellow Aussie Fletcher, who beats Sixias in 3 sets. 13 seed Almeida from Peru. He will face Hartwig, who beat Berglund in straight sets. The 12 seed Buckles will take on McKay, who beat Rose. Is that Murray Rose? Mervyn Rose, okay. And Tony Trapper, number 7 seed, will take on Schroeder, who beat Falkenberg. So the 1 seed Rod Laver, the Red Rocket, as they call him, one of the greatest players of all time, and the first known player to hit the Grand Slam, winning all 4 majors, Australian, Wimbledon, US, and French in the same year. He takes on Patti and beats him, although Patti won in a tiebreak. But Laver showed who the heck Rod Laver is. He faced number 14, Yaroslav Drobny from Czechoslovakia. Great player, winning the 1954 Wimbledon. And actually, what's funny is Drobny played for the 1948 Czechs in the Olympics in hockey. He was a good hockey player. And Drobny, to this day, is still the only player in Wimbledon history to win Wimbledon while wearing glasses. Arthur Ashe, I know, was seen with glasses later in his career, but Ashe never played with glasses on. I know Bobby Riggs wore glasses and all that, but that was later in life. Anyway, Drobny gets upset by Mulligan 6-4, 7-5. So Laver will face Mulligan in the Battle of Australia in Sweet 16. The 11 seed McGregor, he beats McKinley in 3 sets. The 5 seed Jack Kramer, who is known in tennis circles as causing a storm when he insulted Billie Jean King and the women's tennis movement. And so Kramer was not allowed to be part of the ABC televised booth when they did the battle of sexes between Riggs and King. And Kramer was not allowed to be in the ABC booth because of that. Otherwise, Billie Jean King was going to withdraw. Kramer beats Gulyas quite easily, so he gets McGregor. The 3 seed Ken Rosewall, pretty good Australian player too. He beats Richardson quite easily, only giving up 1 game. The 15 seed Holberg from the US will beat Osboff 6-4, 7-5. Horde, the 10 seed from Australia, he beats Savet in 3 sets, 6 Is it Manuel Santana? Manuolo. Whatever. He beats Talbert 6-4, 6-1. So it's Horde versus Santana, battle of the seeds. The 2 seed Pancho Gonzalez, who was pretty good once. For years, he had the longest 5-set match in Wimbledon history. And he beats Nielsen 6-3, 6-3. The 16 seed Pigielli of Italy beats Sangster, although he had to win both sets in tiebreak. So Sangster put him to it. The 9 seed Sedgman from Australia. He beats Davidson 6-4, 6-1. Does Roche make it an all-Australian round of 16 match? The answer is yes, he does. 6-4, 6-4. So it's weird how in that sectional, Australia versus Sweden, Australia, Sweden. Pre-openers for the tournament. Fletcher versus Emerson. The 4 seed Emerson, Roy Emerson, who actually had the most majors, had most Grand Slam titles at 12 when he retired before Pete Sampras broke that in 2001, if memory serves me. No, that can't be right. 2001, that can't be right because that's when Goran won. I think it was 2000 when Sampras got to 13. But anyway, Emerson beats his fellow Aussie 6-1, 7-6. Almeida from Peru, upset by Hartwig 6-4, 6-3. The 12 seed Buchholz, he beats McKay 7-5, 6-3. And the 7 seed Tony Tribert, who was a pretty good tennis player back in the 50s, he beats Schroeder. Sweet 16. Only two non-seeds are left. Mulligan against Laver, and Mulligan gets crushed by Laver 6-2, 6-2. Australia's got, whoa, look at Australia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 16. Yikes. Well, Hartwig, the other seeded player, lost to Emerson, although he won the second set in a tiebreak. So Emerson does that. Roche versus Sedgman, the Battle of Australia, and it's Sedgman who wins 3-6, 7-6, 7-6. And Sedgman, will he face Pancho Gonzalez? The answer is yes, he will. He beats Pangelini 4-6, 7-6, 6-2. McGregor and Kramer. So Kramer wins. So Kramer and Laver have to face each other in the quarterfinals. Hey, their names rhyme. Rosewall upset by Holmberg 6-4, 4-6, 6-3. So Ronald Holmberg with a gigantic upset. Holmberg will face off against Santana, the 6 seed who beat Horde. Australia is down to 3 men out of 3 men in the quarterfinals. And the last round of 16 match saw Buchholz with an upset over Tribert. So a big win for Butch Buchholz. So in the quarterfinals, 1 versus 5, 15 versus 6, 12 versus 4, 9 versus 2. Rod Laver, does he keep things alive? No, he doesn't. Kramer beats him 6-4, 3-6, 6-3. So bad news for the Red Rocket. And it's Santana will face Kramer in the semifinals. He beat Holmberg 3-6, 6-4, 6-4. Sedgman with the upset over Pancho Gonzalez 7-6, 6-4. So bad news for Pancho Gonzalez, the 2 seed. And it will be Emerson who will face Sedgman. So we will have a Battle of Australia in the semifinals. Emerson versus Sedgman, Kramer versus Santana. For semifinals, Sonny's Kramer beat Santana 7-6, 7-6. Of course, double tiebreak. And it's Emerson who will move on 6-3, 6-7, 6-3. So let's look at the bracket, see how 5 versus 4 took on Kramer. The 5 seed took down Gulias of Hungary, McGregor of Australia, Rod Laver. That's a big upset. And then he took down Santana. Well, Emerson took care of Fletcher, his fellow Aussie, Hartwig from the U.S., Buchholz from the U.S., and Sedgman from Australia. So he's had to face, in the round of 32, 2 Aussies and 2 Americans, and he's facing his third American. So let's play. Kramer versus Emerson, 4 versus 5.
Quiet please, Kramer to serve. First game.
Here we go.
Play.
Spectate.
15 love. Out! 30 love. Out! 40 love. Game Kramer. First game.
Kramer starts off fast. But remember, he did serve.
Out.
15 love. 30 love. 40 love.
Out.
40 15. Game Emerson. One game all, first set.
Out. Out.
15 love.
Out.
15 all. 15 30. 30 all.
Out.
40 30. 'Deuce. Advantage Kramer. Game Kramer. Kramer leads 2 games to 1, first set. $15 love.
Out.
15 all. 15 30. 15 40. 'Game Kramer. Kramer leads 3 games to 1, first set.
Kramer with a big win on that one. My gosh.
15 love. 30 love. 40 love. Game Kramer. Kramer leads 4 games to 1, first set.
Man, Kramer looking pretty good against Roy Anderson.
Love 15. 30.
Out.
Love 40.
Out.
15 40. 30 40.
Out.
Game Kramer. Kramer leads 5 games to 1, first set.
Out. Out.
Love 15. 15 all. 15 30.
Out.
30 all. 30 40. Deuce. Advantage Kramer.
Out.
Game and first set Kramer. 6 games to 1.
Wow. Emerson's hurt. Oh. So, what do we got here? what's the clock say? 15 minutes. I kind of am a little concerned. Yeah, I think Emerson doesn't work. But that's just spectating. I know it's best of 5 sets.
15 love.
Out.
30 love. 30 15.
Out.
40 15.
Out. Out.
40 30.
Out.
Deuce. Advantage Kramer.
Out.
Game Kramer. First game, second set.
Mm.
Out.
15 love.
Out. Out.
30 love.
Out.
40 love. Game Kramer. Kramer leads 2 games to love, second set.
I think I'm getting the hint. So we'll just autoplay. Yeah, 6-1, 6-love, 6-2. Emerson kind of had that injury. So Jack Kramer with a gigantic victory. So Kramer is your champion of this tournament. So great job by him. And there'll be another tournament coming up soon enough. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond.